Okay, the next biological molecule that we're going to test for is going to be sugar, or monosaccharides, polysaccharides. So what we're going to use is a Benedict's reagent. So it's on the same basis as the Biurettes. We're going to add the solution, but we're going to have to boil each of the solutions or the specimens in some water, and then we'll come back and look at the results of that. All right. So on page number 23 of your lab book, page 23 of your lab book, you'll notice that we're going to start the Benedict's test, and then it'll continue on page number 24. So on page 24, you'll notice that we have performed part A. It says to label 6 of the tubes, which I've done. Okay. I've added 2 mL of each of the test solutions. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 mL of Benedict's reagent to each of the tubes, and then we're going to place it on the hot pad in some boiling water. And then we're going to boil that for 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll have to leave, and then we'll come back and actually look at the results. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the 2 mL, and then we'll place it in the water. Okay, so on page 23 in your lab book, you'll notice where it starts with the Benedict's test, that it says we're testing for monosaccharides. So in the textbook it states that if it remains blue, it starts off as blue, but if it changes to green, yellow, orange, or red, that monosaccharides are present. But it says also, depending on the sugar, if we have a larger sugar, like a polysaccharide, poly meaning many, saccharide meaning sugar, if we have a larger sugar, sometimes that 3 to 5 minutes is not long enough for that polysaccharide to break down to a monosaccharide. So we'll end up getting a negative test result because we haven't had enough time for that to break down. So let's look at the test tubes and see what color they are. You can record that on page number 27, number 2. Page 27, number 2 is where you're going to record your results. All right, so let's look at the test tubes. I have boiled those in the water, and so now we have, this is the water. You'll notice that it is blue, so that's negative for sugar. All right, look what happened to the egg albumin. Uh-oh, it became a solid. Actually, the egg albumin cooked in the water, okay? But we're going to look at this, and so that's going to say it's a negative for sugar, all right? Then you would expect, this is the glucose solution. The glucose solution is this nice little orange, so that's going to be positive for sugar. So let's continue on. I'll let you record the results, and then you can determine what the reaction is. Here is the soft drink. Here is the starch. And then, of course, we have the potato juice. All right, so now we're going to go on and move on to the iodine solution.